The Employment First Workplace Skills for Refugees program has been developed to support the increased labor market participation of high needs refugees in the Calgary labor market. The project places participants in direct work placement opportunities at the onset of the program.
While most employment preparation training for newcomers has newcomers sit in the classroom for weeks and even months before transitioning into the workplace, Employment First places them immediately into a job. This gives them an opportunity to start generating income, to gain a sense of belonging and value in Canadian society, and also build their skills, but while they're working.
Calgary and our organization have seen a significant increase in the number of refugees coming. Since prior to 2014, our organization would serve 750 both privately sponsored and government-assisted refugees. Last year only, we served more than 1,000 privately sponsored refugees and 388 government-assisted refugees. So the number has almost doubled.
What we're seeing with those refugees as well is that we're seeing a growing number of high needs refugees, meaning individuals who have lived in refugee camps for a number of years, who have low English levels, who may even have low literacy levels in their first language, who have had very limited formal education, and many who have had little or no work experience. So when they arrive here, that particular client group faces multiple barriers to employment. And in order to secure employment and especially retain employment long term, they really need some form of employment preparation training that will equip them with the life skills and the essential skills and the employability skills that they need to succeed. So the way that the Employment First program addresses those needs is by setting them up so that they are generating an income, they are working and are able to financially support themselves, but they're also surrounded by a sort of 360-degree support from their employers, from their mentor on site, and from CCIS. And we're all working together in partnership to make sure that any cultural miscommunications, any issues that may be impacting their ability to keep their job and to complete the program are addressed.
During the first 6 weeks of employment, the participants come to CCIS to access classroom training focused on employability skills and essential skills. While in their workplaces, they are offered customized on-the-job training and mentorship support.
So all participants in the program during their 6-week work placement come back to CCIS for a skill building workshop. When we teach that workshop, we use a special tool called the Enhancing Refugee Economic Outcomes curriculum. In 2014, IRCC gave us funding to develop that tool. So it's a specialized learning tool that's been developed to kind of address the unique learning needs of high needs refugees. The curriculum, for instance, uses plain language. It's been designed to target those with a Canadian language benchmark level of 3 to 5. It uses lots of pictures, lots of diagrams. Instead of traditional classroom assignments where students would be reading and writing, instead we give them kind of case study scenarios to talk about real life situations. So based on our experience, this really works well for this learner group, particularly because they have language barriers, but also because many of them haven't been in a structured classroom environment before, so they're not used to learning in the same way that other students may be used to learning.
When we're doing the mentorship of the clients, we focus more on something called WIN, the Workplace Intelligence Necessity. We believe that the soft skills are very, very important in order for you to be able to sustain your work and to be able to maintain your place of work. So with the WIN, what it focuses on things like empathy, stress management. It focuses on things about your interpersonal versus intrapersonal. And with this, they get the strength to be able to deal with any situations at the workplace in a very confident manner.
During the development of the proposal, we also did an extensive labor market research. And we identified a number of industries in Alberta that were thriving and they were in need of hiring a large number of employees. And we targeted healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing, warehousing, and logistics, and hospitality as 5 industries that are having a number of entry-level roles available that would be perfect for this client group to start with, but they're also very well-known industries that actually give an opportunity for upward mobility. So one thing that we didn't want to see is that our participants would end up in dead-end jobs, but that they would be given an opportunity as time goes to further their careers within these 5 distinct industries.
So when we're working to recruit employers for the program, we're not only looking for employers who are interested in addressing their workforce needs, we're looking for employers who are interested in becoming involved in the overall settlement and integration of refugees. So they want to learn about the kinds of challenges that the clients are facing. They want to learn about what kinds of needs they're going to have in the workplace. They want to learn about how to create more inclusive, welcoming, and supportive work environments. So because we have employers who are on board with supporting clients in all aspects of their settlement and integration, the clients are more positioned to succeed in the job because they have that support. So that makes the program more effective in not only transitioning them into employment, but making sure that they retain employment long term.
We've been amazed by the willingness of employers to actually support the program. We have been very fortunate to engage in this program a number of employers that are not only interested in accessing this particular client group to address their labor shortages, but they're actually very invested in their overall settlement and labor market integration.
The first key feature that contributes to the efficiency of the program is our method for recruiting and screening clients. We hold large-scale group information sessions. So we have 2 of these information sessions every month with approximately 30 people attending each session. At those sessions, we kind of deliver a presentation about what the program aims to do, what its goals are, how it works, the types of employers that we're working with, its requirements, and the type of employment opportunities that will be available. So participants can come and listen to that information session and then decide if they would like to apply for the program at the end of the information session. So that enables us to kind of deliver an orientation to the program and screen participants, several of them at a time. The second key feature that kind of contributes to the efficiency of the program is our monthly hiring fairs. So what we do is every month we have a hiring fair with approximately 40 of our Employment First participants, and we invite approximately 1 to 5 employers. And we focus on employers who are looking to hire for multiple positions at one time. So what we do is we screen the participants accordingly, and then we connect them with the employers at the hiring fair. So this enables us to kind of conduct a number of work placements all at one time.
So our clients, once they've been selected through one of the Employment First program teams, then they're placed with a mentor facilitator that will help them to develop their resumes and do some mock interviews. And we bring the employers here because it takes away that edge and that fear from the clients to be able to face the employers. And we actually educate our employers about the kind of clients that we have, the benefits of them coming to hire from the Employment First team because of the sustainability of work. They get loyal employees for the future. They have employees that they can train, that can grow with the company.
The third key feature that contributes to the efficiency of the program is the fact that our funder, ESDC, does enable us to give a wage subsidy to partnering employers. So the wage subsidy is for $7 an hour for 24 hours per week. And what that does is that helps to cover the initial cost of training. When employers engage with the program, we are asking for a little bit of extra work on their end at the beginning because these participants do require extra training and a little bit of additional support. So by offering that wage subsidy, it makes us more efficient in bringing employers on board and in establishing kind of long-term partnerships partnerships with them, and it also gives them the support they need to make sure that they can give the training that the participants require to succeed.
So the measurement and evaluation strategy that we use for the employment first at the for workplace at the refugee program here at CCIS is a pre and post camera assessment. And camera assessment tools helps us in determining the client's language ability, math, education, just the basic skills that you would need to start working at an entry-level position. And then based on that, we're able to help them get placed with an employer that would best suit them and suit the employer too. And then after the 6 weeks work placement, then we do a post-camera assessment to be able to evaluate how being at the workplace and doing the practical of actually working and coming back to CCIS once or twice a week to be able to go through the theory aspect of it. So we assess, at the end of it, we're able to assess how that has increased. So we do the camera assessment at the end of it. We also use an evaluation form for the students to fill out at the beginning of the program. And this evaluation kind of just basically asks things like, do they understand the Canadian culture? Do they know how to look for jobs? Do they understand what their skills are and how they're able to use those skills? And at the beginning of the evaluation, most of the time, because the kind of clients that we work with are new to Canada, they don't have a lot of information on that. So they usually score very low. At the end of the 6 weeks, they're very confident in how to be able to look for a job, how to communicate with an employer, what their rights are and what their responsibilities are. So we use those two measures to be able to measure the program. We also do employer evaluation. So at the end of the 6 weeks, we have an employer evaluation that was developed here at CCIS, and this is to try to track down if any feedback the employers may have that will benefit the program for the future. And so far, we've got about 35 employers surveyed, and they've all come back, almost 96%, that they're very happy, and they're always going to come back to CCIS and continue to hire from us. We serve 200 people a year. So we have an in-house database here at CCIS that tracks the movement of the clients and where they are and all the information that we need. So from that, we've got over 88% retention rate so far. We have 96 clients that have gone through the program and have finished their work placement. We have 32 currently in the work placement right now. And out of which we've got about, out of the 96, we have about 82 people still currently working with their employers. There's 1 or 2 people that have gone back to school, and there's one or two ladies that had to stay home because of the children's daycare situation. But there's a high success rate in terms of employers are quite satisfied and are keeping on the clients that they're taking from us because they get a holistic approach. They're not just getting essential skills, they're getting the emotional intelligence part, and they're happy and they're integrating a lot faster. And it's a win-win situation for both clients and employers.
My name is Hewani Walde. I'm from Ethiopia. You know, in this program, I get a job early. I make money. Even I start school too, like computer, something in there. For everything for me, it's open without challenge. And I learn like how to work in Canada, about the timing, like how to communicate with your manager, with your staff. Yeah, I learned this. So I'm excited. That's why I did good here now.
It's great to have a relationship with CCIS because they already give our recruits or trainees an excellent starting point. In fact, they've already learned certain skills that help them in their careers in Calgary. I think CCIS definitely gives immigrants that come to Canada a helping push in terms of learning new skills and new opportunities that helps them in any kind of career in Canada. And Centerra is very happy and fortunate to help some of those individuals along the way.
most employment preparation training programs could adopt the employment first strategy. It's just a matter of rearranging the schedule, really. So rather than having clients in the classroom first and then transitioning them into the workplace, all you have to do is kind of reverse your approach, find them work placements immediately, and then give them the support they need while they're working. So there's no reason why the program couldn't be modified and implemented for newcomer professionals. It would just be a matter of working with employers in those targeted fields, and then placing engineers in engineering firms or IT professionals in IT companies, and then modifying the curriculum, the types of skills, the types of information that we're providing the clients with to make sure that they're able to succeed in that particular work environment and in that particular field. The Employment First program could be replicated in other communities of different sizes. The only things that would change would be the number of clients perhaps to be served, and also the industries that we focus on and the types of employers. CCIS, however, has already been looking into this. We recently did a study called the Rural Employer Engagement Project to see how we could help employers in 10 rural communities around Calgary to recruit employees and address their workforce needs. Many of our rural employer partners, what they are facing is the fact that there are very few supports for newcomers in these smaller communities. So in terms of language learning, employment preparation training, so employers have been coming to CCIS to see if there's a way that we can help them to recruit and retain people in these smaller communities. The way that the Employment First model would work is that we could work with those employers and connect them with individuals who are interested in relocating to a smaller town, who are interested in the industry or the jobs that are on offer, and then we would work with the employers to let them know how they can support these people to make sure that they are willing and able to settle and integrate in these communities for the long term. I think the skills that staff requires to deliver the Employment First program, for this particular program, it would be a really thorough understanding of the unique and complex challenges that high-needs refugees face as they integrate into the workplace, as they acculturate to working and living in Canada, and as they undergo the entire settlement and integration process. In addition, it helps to have a second language to be able to support those clients who maybe don't have the English skills to fully understand. And it also, on the other side of the coin, requires an in-depth understanding of the local labor market, the employers that we're working with, the types of roles that they're looking to fill, and their standards and expectations and requirements. To ensure the sustainability of the program, we've really been focusing on employer interest and employer engagement. So we've really been working with employers to help them see that there's a strong business case for them, that this program gives them access to a sustainable workforce, that we can help them access pre-screened clients who can meet their workforce needs. And as the program kind of gains traction in the business community, we're optimistic that employers are going to be the ones who are interested in helping us to deliver the program long term. Through our 38 years of supporting immigrants and refugees as they transition into the workforce, what CCIS has learned is that that is really a two-way street. So while we need to prepare newcomers to transition into the workplace, we also need to prepare workplaces to welcome and support them.